7:30 on the nose, y'all. It's always weird. I jump into this thing, and I haven't been here in a while. At least, I skipped one whole week, and it just feels like I'm super rusty, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't have the right stuff plugged in and everything. See, I'm blowing it. Give me a sound check. 1 2 1 2. What's up, y'all? Nick, you was in early. I appreciate you being here. And good night if you've not already fallen asleep. What's up, Justin? Hello, Father. Mother's in his Al as well. Taylor. Thomas. Rusty. Peter. Wade. South Coral Kingdom. Carlos. Hello, sir. Rob. I hope your travels went well. Hope you're back safe. Luis. Lauren. How are you? We're going to get the stream, aren't we? That's cool. Uptown. And SBM. What is this cis business? That's not official, sister, right? What's up, Phil? All right, let's get to this. What do we want to talk about? Let's talk about the pile of EB832s. Look, maybe things will change, right? I mean, there's this. Yeah, cool. Cool, Phil. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, there's my hope that things will change. What's up, Mervin? What's up, Juice? Because you got I have 4. There's 4, 5, 4. I think there's 4 EB832s back here that people have sent me, so I can fix them. This top one, I removed the $1.88, whatever it is, buck from inside that thing. And it's fried. It doesn't make any DC voltage. It doesn't. There may be a little LED on here. Maybe. But it doesn't light up. It's cooked. And instead of replacing this, we could probably work on that Viper Spectra thing, Thomas. Instead of replacing this with the however many I bought, because I bought them from LEE, I was like, well, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. Just because, like, it's going to break again. Why am I going to replace somebody else's EB832 power supplies with the OEM, which we all know is going to cook again, right? It's going to take it seems like a power outage takes these things out. Somebody has a power outage at their house and poof. Now their Neptune power bar doesn't work anymore. So I ordered a whole bunch of the Meanwell drivers. I think I ordered 10 of them. They're like, I don't know. How much is this going to cost me? $92. I've ordered $92. All right, we're going to start with transparency, I suppose. But I ordered $92 worth of this. For those of you who are over on Patreon and are enjoying the chat, I offered up a little bit of transparency as to earnings from Patreon and what I'm doing with the money. And I could share that because I'm all about everybody talking about what they get for free and what they got to pay for, and just to offer a little bit of actually, Lauren, you're really good about it. You talk about when you're sponsored, when this stuff is free to you, and that's the way I think it should be. It should be totally open. I mean, I took in $86, $96, 2 different months. I reduced the Patreon tier to just a single $1 tier. We do a little chatting on Discord quite a bit. Sometimes I like it because the chat sort of just handles itself, and I dig that. And then just one tier. And so I use that money. That's almost, what, $180? $175. And I'm spending it on this stuff. I'm using that money to pay shipping for the lights that people send me, for the hardware to fix these, so all people have to do is pay for shipping, because truth be told, the way I feel about this, Neptune should be fixing these anyway. So like, if I had a broken one of those and Neptune's like, just mail it back to us and then we'll cover the shipping on the other side, I'd be like, done. That's customer service. So like I said, I'm hoping things will change. Another thing that was interesting lately, what's up, Lynn? I was offered a little over $2,000 worth of equipment to test and review recently, in the last 2 weeks. And I said no, because I was not going to be in charge of the message that would be shared publicly. It would have been a group decision to decide what I would share, and that's not what I'm going to do. I'm free to talk about anything I've bought, and anything that I've received for free. I'm totally free to talk about that however I want. There are no restrictions, and that's the way I think it should be. So, it would have been cool to play with the gear, but I'm not going to play that game. Somebody else can do that. And I think we can all, well, I'll certainly sit back and watch how it all goes. It was cool to be considered, but I was very clear. I'll absolutely discuss it first, but that message is mine to share. I think that seems fair. I don't know. Yeah, you got your. I know, Rob, you were talking about the corals that you had cherry picked throughout the day yesterday, and you were going to pick up today. So hopefully that worked out. Would you mind checking out my Kessel 180? It just stopped working. I haven't been inside the guts much. I think I've only popped the can on a Kessel once. I don't know that I'm going to be of much value there. I mean, it's possible. What's the best rock? The rock you have, the rock you can find. I don't do best. You should know that, Uptown. I just don't do best. Best to me is the one that you have, or the one that you can get easily, or the one that makes sense financially. That's the best. So what's the best? That's up to you. Do you guys have to pay taxes for product bought on LE in the States? Yeah, I do. They charge me tax. Not like the Canadians. I talked about this already, the Devon. The price he would have to pay for shipping, and I don't know. I don't know how that all works out. If he bought a battery is substantially different than the price I'll pay for a battery here, which kind of sucks. And I suck at this influence life. Never been offered a sponsorship. Yeah. I like how you roll in. Keep it that way. What's up, Chris? How you doing? What's up, man, Gabe? Who asked? The aminos. Peter, the aminos thing. So, way back when I had the Evils started late 2019 and moved into 2020 and killed most all of my acros, to include a damn pretty home wrecker that Lynn had passed along to me. I mean, I just watched them all just STN slowly. One of the things that I had started doing before that event was dosing Brightwell's Coralaminos. I'm not saying that this problem is Brightwell Coralaminos, but what I'm saying is it happened back then, and it is happening maybe again. So I had a Red Planet, and of all things, a Setosa start to STN. And I've been dosing Coralaminos since 22 September. So I have stopped, and I did a water change, and I'll probably do another tomorrow. But before I did the water change, because I've been waiting for this, because I had a feeling this was one of the things that could have triggered the evil, I took an Aquabiomics sample. So I have that sample. I just got to get the shipping address and send that off. Because that kit was gifted to me. So now I'm psyched. I want to use it. My work phone's buzzing. So I have stopped dosing Coralaminos. I have purchased a brine shrimp hatchery, and I'm following Luca's lead on this one. Mahina Coral says just start dosing brine shrimp. I'm like, done. I can do that. That's easy. I don't mind that. What's up, CJ? Shipping here is almost always free, but you have to pay 25 taxes over the products. Woo! Where's here? Where's here, M? Are you EU or Canada? Yeah, so that's what's up with Coralaminos. I was going to do Coralaminos for 6 weeks, off for 6 weeks, Acropower for 6 weeks, off for 6 weeks, brine shrimp for 6 weeks. I probably already did this once. Off for 6 weeks, and just see the impact on my alkalinity uptake. But I'm canceled. So what was 22? I didn't even make it a month. 22 September. So I pulled the plug on it. Not down for that. So we'll see. Hopefully, I immediately pulled the Red Planet. That sucks. It was small. Netherlands. It's a bummer. I think that sucks because I don't want to kill anything. And certainly I've had that Setosa, and that thing grew big. I've had that Setosa in the back of the tank forever. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So we covered transparency. I would ask. There's no reason why we can't expect transparency. It's all about the access game for me, right? There's no reason why we can't expect transparency from those we watch in the public eye, right? In the public realm, out there pitching. You know I like the budget stuff, and that's cool. If you like that. If you don't like that, I totally get it. Jape a pump. Taylor, how many days? I can get this. Day count. 142 days. So I've been dosing slurry for at least 155 days, maybe 160 days. And the Jabo SLW10 has been running in the slurry, 4% slurry for 142 days. Since May 28th. What's up, Kyle? All right. So that's it. I'm going to be fixing some EB832s. I do have these originals. I know a couple people have asked. I sent 2 to Canada already. Because I was like, if I'm going to take the trouble to send this to Canada, I'm sending 2 just in case one of them's broken. So I fessed up 2. All the ones that I have here, I'm going to replace with the better Meanwhile drivers. It's not like a direct fit, but whatever. That's easy. That's not a problem at all. All this thing does is convert AC electricity to a 12-volt DC signal. That's its only job, and it can't do that. That's what we're going to do. That's this. It made it. Lights. Lights we're going to test. Hey, if you want me to reply directly, please tag me in chat. Or Lynn, please catch my attention if somebody throws something cool out there. This is the original Viper Spectra board. I have plans for this, as you all know. I just need to pop that heatsink off. I wonder if you really need that heatsink. Want to modify this? I want to add a diffuser plate to it. I think that'll be cool. Then Thomas hooked me up. Am I mumbling? Am I mumbling because I turned my head like this? Is that the mumble? How about now? You good? Check. So Thomas, who's chatting right there, he sent me this to test, which is a drop-in direct replacement-ish to the Viper Spectra board. This is an SB Reflight. It's made a little better. It's actually made almost... it's very similar to the AliExpress bars. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to plug this in. This thing, I think, is $60-something. I'll have to look that up. And we'll see what's up. But it comes with frosted lenses. And they look like 120 degree. And it's a different diode. It's a different spectrum, different diode layout. So I'll capture this with the spectrometer. And we'll see how this looks. I'm probably not going to pull these lenses off because I'll screw that up. I guess I could take a picture and figure out where it looks like I see the pattern and figure out where they go. I'm not going to do. Well, maybe I will. Well, no, I won't, because it'll be the same exact spread as a Viper Spectra with no lenses. So I'll leave these on. But cool, Thomas hooked me up with this so I can play with it. If you don't want to modify your Viper Spectra, this is certainly a cool way to go. So we'll see how that goes. Then I got this here Max Spec. I don't know what the crap this is. I can't read it. I can't read it because I'm old. Confirm my audio is cool, will you? Because I can turn it up. Maybe I'm just in a mumbly kind of mood. How about now? You guys are talking a lot of taxes. That sucks. So, this light's pretty cool. These reflectors are very much like the GHL Metris. So that's interesting. That's cool. And I'm going to see how this does. Like, I'll put it over the same 24-inch just to see what we get. But I'll see what the spectrum looks like and see what the spread looks like. It's a Razer. What's up, Justin? It's a Razer X150. So it's probably going to put out 100 watts, 110 watts, somewhere in there. So I'm looking forward to playing with this one. Stupid mics. I won't turn away. Mom, you hear me because you're probably not paying attention that much, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, we got to talk Thanksgiving. And Then I still have this to do. So I've got this Blaze X Mini, and I got to replace the pucks. I have a lot of work to do. I'll get to that one of these days. I don't know about rubbish. However, I do like that you used the word rubbish. That's fun for me. All right. We only got one person here. How many people went to Influencer-a-Palooza? I know Rob went. Anything cool? All I saw online was cookies. Like, the big thing from the show was cookies. Did anybody announce any cool stuff? Did CoralView announce the Hydra-branded doser, the Comor X1 Pro T? Did anybody announce anything cool? Or is it just the same old thing, and then some dude showed up with cookies? Tell me. You heard Mom. Yeah, tell me about Influencer-a-Palooza. Nick, I haven't tested that phone app yet. It's on my phone, and I just haven't done it yet. I need to find the right kind of diffuser, like something that everybody can get all over the place. Sorry, I'm slow sometimes, but it's there. Let's do Uncle Jimbo's slideshow. This one. Looks like Terrence has left Neptune. It was mutual whatever. I enjoyed the show. I have no basis for comparison, though. I enjoyed my first, Rob. I would probably buy one of those cookies, too, because they were kind of cool. But I think they're still limiting the number of people. The one I went to was super crowded. There were a whole lot of people when I went up to the New Jersey one. I was like, if you're going to have a show, have some product announcements, right? Like, other than that, what's the difference between that and the internet? I don't know. I guess the people aspect, but see, as long as everybody had fun with cookies, then it's worth it. It looked like that was like the big deal. That and no Terrence. That diffuser sheet I ordered should be coming soon. It will be cool to see how it goes. You got the Lauren, you got the diffuser for the Viper Spectras, right? Send me a link. I'd like to see. Did you send me a link already? Do I already know what you ordered? I'd like to see it. W donation. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Of the 3 shows, I like the ones that come close, right? I'm not about rap. I don't need that in my life. Do you have a KHD report yet? Michael, what you mean by report? Like, I use it every day. Like, do I like it? Is that what you're asking? I got that for a good price. That doser was at Premium Aquatics for super cheap, and it was brand new, and I don't know why, so I bought the doser there. Oh, I sent you. I sent you. See, I'm old. That's what you get. That's what you get when you're texting with a grandpa. That's how it works. Michael, let me know what you're looking for. I'm happy to talk KHD. Because it's essentially the same thing. Oh, yeah. That thing's great. Advice for a KHD. First, the filters you can buy the filters on Amazon. They're just fuel filters. From the filter to the doser, try to make that tubing as short as you can. Even if you can make it as short as you can, make it a smaller diameter than the 1/4-inch tubing that GHL gives you or that you would normally use setting up dosing tubing. hit me up on Instagram, and I can find my order. I ordered some for McMaster Car for a different use, but then I used it for the KHD, and it works great. Calibrate your pumps with a scale. Just get a scale from Amazon, a small weight scale, and calibrate the pumps with weight. Don't use a graduated cylinder. It's not precise enough. And if you're using water, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but 1 milliliter is equal to 1 gram. So it's super easy conversion. What's up, John? The control function. While I was dosing 2-part, I absolutely used adaptive control. So that would keep me within a certain percentage of my set point. I then used it when I was doing, when I first started slurry. I would use the adaptive dosing for slurry, and that got me close to where I needed to be, and then I operated with fixed dosing. Up until like 3 weeks ago, when I flipped it back over to adaptive just to see what it would do, just to see if it would raise the alkalinity. pH was through the roof, but I wanted to see what it would do to alkalinity, and that's when I got a pH spike. So I shut that off, and now I'm back to just fixed manual dosing. It does a great job with 2-part, and it does a great job if your alkalinity uptake is relatively low and you're just using Kalkwasser, regular old saturated 1-2 teaspoons per gallon calc. Yeah, I'm not agreed, Chris. I'm talking fresh water. But other than that, oh, and I returned my sample back to my tank. I have a 100-gallon system, and I was doing 6 tests, at least 6 tests a day. I was returning all that back to the tank. Didn't impact the tank at all. Now I'm doing 2 tests per day because it's pretty solid. Does that answer your questions? It's so easy to use. It's super easy to use. You don't need a controller. Because you could buy, I got a slave pump, but you could buy a standalone pump. And the KHD, and you don't need to buy anything else. And then the standalone pump will control a slave pump, so you could just have nothing but dosers controlling dosers and the KHD in the mix, and you don't need anything else. You get a pH monitor, like a Pinpoint or a Milwaukee, and you're done. And then if you want to later, you could move up to like the P4, one of the Profilux from GHL, and connect it all together so it all talks, and you'll be good to go. But you don't have to have a controller. Like with Neptune, you gotta have the controller, right? You gotta have Apex to run the Trident. Not with GHL. You just need a standalone doser and the KHD. And the standalone doser and with the KHD is less expensive than the Alcatronic, and it does the same thing. Both of those are good devices. I'd run either one of them. Hope that helps. Let me know. If you need more info. And like I said, hit me up on Instagram if you need that tubing link from McMaster, because that works really well. I would occasionally get inconsistent testing. Like, there was one time I'd suck up my water sample, the end of the filter. You got to make sure the filter's put in a place where nothing's going to clog it. Like, no anemone is going to get stuck in the filter. That kind of thing. You need to make sure that every time you pull a water sample, it's the same volume. Then your test is totally consistent. So moving my filter to a location that wouldn't suck up anemone, and then that smaller intake tubing, rock solid, every test. How long have you been returning? Basically since I started using it. So months and months and months. I don't know. I'd have to look and see when I first bought it. I can. Wait till later. Frag tank. Those are the two Mitras with the two LE bars. Let my Alcatronic ever play with a cage. Guardian. I have... Oh, is that what I have over here? Lynn, is this yours? I mean, I know this is yours. Is this the Guardian? This thing? Yep, that's it. This one's broken. Haven't fixed that. See, if you can't see Cage Guardian, you can't remotely access easily when you're away. And it doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't have an extra doser. I just don't know why, like, people want the Alcatronic, but they can't get the Alcatronic. So I don't know why you don't buy the GHL standalone, because it's less expensive than the Alcatronic and it operates under the same principles. So... Frag tank. Frag tank's still kicking, except for that one piece. I need to cut off, but I tried testing every hour and it lowered my pH a bit. That's why I run. That's one of the reasons why I run calc. So, I mean, every hour that's a lot. You could do every 2 hours, and you could shrink your sample size. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Take it down to like 50 ml sample. Frag tank. I got to cut that back right, top right. Oh, geez. There's all sorts of monis. I got to trim up the monis. That's what I'm trying to say. That's just what I got to do. Oh, hey, Phil, you're good to go. If you're not using that doser already, just wait for a Cage D to go on sale Black Friday or something. You're done. This is what I was doing last weekend. This is why I didn't stream. So I put solar up on the roof of the RV, feeding directly to the batteries. What was only for 2 days? Yeah, that went well. So far, no problems. I'm excited to add, I like building batteries. So I want to add more batteries to that thing. Get that thing powered up real good. So, hey, I cleaned glass. I cleaned the right side of the display. I haven't been able to look through that glass in forever. That thing's doing okay. Except for that stupid... Oh, yeah. You can see it. You can see that Setosa back there. That Setosa started dying. It's so weird. I don't know why. I still have Justin's Space Invader next to mine, and it's looking pretty good. Old picture. I miss this bird's nest. This was a huge 4 times a day. Oh, I can share data. Happy to share data if you want to. You're talking about your data. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, once it starts working and it works consistently, it's cool to have that data. Now I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I running this thing so much? Other than it's cool and I want to see the data. Yeah, that's an old bird's nest. I like that thing. Old. Here's some data. This is pH data. So the GHL P4 allows you to reassign the ORP probe to be a pH probe. I don't know that the probes are the same. I just disconnected the ORP probe. Actually, I should have looked that up because maybe it can already read pH. But I hooked up actually a Neptune pH probe to the P4 and ran with an extension, with a BNC extension wire, ran a pH probe over to display, which is on the other side of the wall, from the P4. So now I'm reading the pH of the display and the frag tank. Both are fed by calc slurry. So it's cool to be able to see the data overlaid. And I whatever. This is turning into a GHL show, but I dig how the GHL data goes back so far, so I can see all the changes that I've made. But just watching that pH. I want to see what that pH does. Oh, because I bought this. I bought the CO2. I bought the CO2 meter. And I'm going to put that downstairs and see what the CO2 in that space looks like. That thing's kind of cool. It's giving me a face at 900 ppm. I guess that's not good. It's warm in here. It's 75 degrees. Old shroom. Look familiar? Box of EBs. Oh yeah, see, this is the good old days, and I think Coral View's almost kind of getting close. The Reef Keeper did a better job of keeping data if you had that thing hooked up to a PC. But back in the day, you'd get a Reef Keeper pre-discount for $260, and that was a monitor and a controller. And I think Coral View's pretty close. That what they release, the version 3, the whatever the hell it's called, 3, Control 3, Hydros, and that thing I think is $299. So, I mean, other than the Wi-Fi power bar, I mean, you're trading a Wi-Fi power bar for Wi-Fi connectivity that you really didn't have with that Reef Keeper. So I think $299 is a pretty decent price point for what you're getting from the Hydros Control 3. I still have my 2 ever since Lynn told me I'm stupid and put that thing on 2.4. It's been pretty solid. Data retrieval, I don't think you can go back further than a week, which kind of sucks for me. But still, if you just, basic controller with graphing, with notifications and Wi-Fi connectivity, if you're picking that up for $200 or $300, then that's a pretty good deal. Lynn and Chris have been playing with some 3D printing stuff. What's up, poor man? Nothing. We was missing you. That's all. Little frag tank alley. This is substantially different than when I had all that acro die off. Hopefully that's not back. Hopefully that stops doing whatever it was doing and we go back to being okay. But with the help of Chevy, with the help of Moki, with the help of Lynn, I was able to repopulate. I was certainly able to repopulate all the stuff, all the cool pieces that I lost, and then some new additions as well. So that's pretty cool. Got some color. $45 Alley lights. Got a little pop. Boop. Those things are cool. That red tip thing, that one on the bottom there, I think that's a Lynn thing. The one over on the right, that's a Moki thing. The orange thing and the red, the cherry bomb, that's a Chevy thing. They're growing. I think they're happy. Montes. The Montes are super happy. The Montes respond. If all you want to do is grow calc or grow Montes, use calc, period. Because they grow like they're crazy. It's insane. Monty. These are boring, right? There's those BNC extensions I talked about. $11. Each one is like a meter, I think. And you can interconnect them to get whatever lengths you need. Oh, instead of going to Influencer Palooza, I was working. Sky was nice. Wasn't the sky nice? And cross country. The kid's got a broken leg, but he still supports the team. So we went driving, dropped him off, and hung out. It was a nice day. This was yesterday. Real nice, actually. Before the rain came in. and a little bit of 4:30 in the morning, my pH at 8.4. Now, I've gone full reverse light cycle. So the frag tank turns on at 9:30 p.m. and goes until whatever time tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. And the display turns on at 9:30 a.m. and goes until 9 p.m. Something like that. So they're totally reversed. And I'm seeing that in the data. It's interesting to watch the frag tank raise the pH of the display. That's a thing. But the display tank doesn't really raise the pH of the frag tank. Well, that's all kind of interesting to watch. Then there's a fuge in there too, which I suppose plays a part. That one's kind of funky. I don't know. I don't know how many ohms they are. I guess I could look. Oh, I just turned off my computer. Oops. I made it go to sleep. Oh, hey, I'm back. Michael, I don't know, but it didn't change my pH value, so maybe I chose well. And then now we're caught up, and that's it. Questions? Anybody got questions? Because I have totally run out of crap to talk about. I suppose I went through that 832 a little quick. Yeah, Chris. Sorry. I do why do we call it kilometer? I want to call it kilometer, like everybody else in the world does. Did the evil start after you cleaned the glass? Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. Totally. That's also another thing in my head. Those were the changes that I made to the tanks. I cleaned the glass, which was just caked full of Coraline. Maybe. Oh, you missed the aminos. I stopped the aminos because I have one of the things that I did. I'll just run through it real quickly. Back when I had the evil last winter, one of the things that I had started doing was coral aminos, and then I had all that STN. I had two things STN this week: a red planet and a Setosa. So I've stopped coral aminos, but like Nick says, I also clean my glass, so maybe that's it. I don't know. So no more aminos. I'm switching over to brine shrimp. Luca says, dude, do brine shrimp. I'm like, okay. Still dipping. Hard to type with wet hands. You got a lot of critters. Hope that drives. You see, who else was there? I told some people to find you. Some people that I don't know, but I work with. One of their mothers was going to be at the show, and they're new. They're new reefers. So I told them to come find you, Rob. Maybe random people from Chicago said hi. What's your take on running a canister filter on a reef tank with proper maintenance? I did it, and it's totally possible. And I would probably still be doing it if it weren't for my canister filter breaking. It started leaking. I love that canister filter too. It grew pods like nobody's business. It had media in the bottom of it. I had no problems with the tank while running a canister filter. I'm all for it. You don't need a sump. My canister filter had a built-in pump. I still have it downstairs somewhere. I suppose I could figure out where it's leaking, but yeah. I have no problems. Let me read the rest of this. But you could totally run a reef tank on a canister filter, obviously. I mean, Lauren's doing it too, so. I would clean my canister filter once a month. I would shut off the valves. I'd pull it out. I'd take it into the bathroom. I'd rinse it out. It also measured salinity, so I always knew what kind of water was going on. I mean, it worked great. So I I don't know. I don't know why people poo-poo the whole... I mean, Mike is doing it right. I see no... I don't know. I would totally do it. I'd do it on a small tank in an instant. If I had just like a... I don't know, just like a regular glass tank with no pump or no nothing, I'm still using my overflow. The return is still my canister filter's return that I never replaced it. I just hooked the tubing up to my return pump. That thing started leaking. I bought a sump, put the sump in. I've kept the canister, but yeah, you can do it. There's no reason why you can't run a reef tank on a canister filter. Just clean it once a month. And it's easy, especially when you got valves, pull the thing out. I use chloramine, I swear. What the shit? For reals, coralaminos, let the glass get bad, cleaned it, and the SPS all died. The STN. I'm telling you, something's going on. But like I said, you missed it, but I took a aquabiomics sample, so I'm going to send that in and see what's growing in a tank. I think there's something there. There's something to it. Other people have hit me up too. I don't want to share their experiences, but what I have seen is certainly supported by other people. Interesting. That's super interesting. I think as long as maybe you don't have the bad critters in the tank, then chloramine is just fine. But how do you know? It's not like I'm doing 1.5 mils. I'm not even doing the full 2 mils. What's up, Kyle? What'd I miss? Did I miss something else? What did you do while you were in the Air Force? Kyle, I was an aircraft electrician, so I was 2A676. I was electro-environmental. So started out as aircraft electrician, turned into electrician/environmental, which meant air conditioning, the plane's air conditioning. After that, I ran the photography imaging shop for the airborne laser program. Because I did E&E, electro-environmental, through until 1999. So 88 to 99. At 99, I went to the airborne laser. Airborne laser was go learn how to fix a 747, help the contractors install such things on an airplane. We were totally support, opinions and support, manual labor and opinions. And then we'd fetch lunch sometimes too. But I had a background of photography. The program wanted to capture a whole bunch of stuff. So I, with the help of a couple other people, stood up the imaging shop. So we took care of all the photography and videography for the airborne laser, internal stuff, mostly engineering work, but I got to take some cool pics too. And then after that, squadron leadership for a couple years. That was like meh. All right, I didn't get to work on planes anymore. Didn't get to be close to the people who were working on planes, that kind of thing. And it was an administrative job, not my jam. So 19 years, 16 days. I submitted my retirement paperwork, and a year later, I was gone. What's up, producer? You clean a glass, made unbalanced ecosystem. War ensued. Yeah, but it was just one pane. One pane. I don't want to think that cleaning a glass can kill your coral. I mean, is that a thing? Nothing else changed. None of my parameters changed. My pH didn't change. My alkalinity didn't change. My nitrates and phosphates didn't change. It's just bacteria. Whatever's going on is just bacteria. Been using chloramine for 3 years. Chloramines was great. Like, I saw a change in my alkalinity, but then I don't know. I don't know what's up. I'm done with it. It and its trusty sidekick, Restore, they're going down the drain. Or if anybody local wants it, they can have it. Phil, I think it's system, right? Because your system is so clean. I don't know where you're hiding your skeletons, but nothing publicly looks dirty. I think that Acro Power I didn't have a problem with, but I think I'm just done with aminos altogether. I think it's one of those things I just don't need. I don't know. We'll pay attention to alkalinity and see what happens there. pH spike. If you ask me, most of my man, I am absolutely team dirty glass. I don't want to hear that. 283x4. Roger that. Roger that F-16 business. I flew one once. That was a blast. If you ever get a chance to get in the back seat of one, Kyle, do it. Do it, do it, do it. That's one thing Remy and I have in common, right? He was in the back seat of an 18. I don't know if he got any stick time. I flew with this dude named Lucky. I did well at the Senior NCO Academy, and they were like, yo, come on over and fly this plane. I was like, that's cool. So I went and saw the flight surgeon. Got cleared. I got to go up with Lucky. Absolutely. If you're current, it looks like you are, maybe you currently are 2A3X4. If you have a chance, get in the back seat. Amino doesn't necessarily mean cyano. I don't have any cyano. I think that comes down to a tank balance thing. I'm pretty sure that Phil doesn't have cyano too. The one time where I had cyano, and Julian Sprung was really cool about this, my doser got stuck on. I was using a Wi-Fi switch and a 1.1 doser from BRS, dosing Acro Power, and that got stuck on. And it dosed the entire contents, it was about 1 liter, into my tank overnight. And I freaked out because I dumped an awful lot of Acro Power in the tank. So I emailed Julian, and he said, don't sweat it, do some water changes. The worst you're going to see is cyano. And I saw it, and it was there for a few weeks, and it went away. But, like, to assume that if you dose aminos, you're going to get cyano, that's not the case. That's an imbalance in the tank. It may be something you can correct with EcoBalance or one of those beneficial bacterias. I dose EcoBalance every day, but one of those things you could do. A little Air Force cadet action. There you go. Does that make sense, NSB? Catching back up. The Oasis biomass server pre-filter heater built-in pre-filter is really easy. Oh, that's cool. Do you have any other controller recommendations, suggestions? I'm going to set up an aquarium. Controller for, what are you looking for, Em? I mean, what are you looking to control? I suppose that's what it comes down to. Because I like GHL. I think that's first. Well, Reef Keeper, that thing's been bulletproof forever. But its days are numbered. I got to remote into a computer to see what the Reef Keeper's doing. VNC makes that easy, but that's not ideal, right? Then GHL, probably CoralView. After that, the Hydros, and then Neptune's last. But that's just my experience. Other people have totally had great experience with Neptune. The evil stuff needs to be in the tank before the aminos take. Yep, agreed. I think the aminos are feeding the evil. That's a good question. Should we dose aminos throughout the day or just one full dose a day? I was manually dosing. And I was dosing 1.5 mil a day. If you have the opportunity to split that dose over the day, I can't see why not. Just a heater, maybe a fan. If you don't need to track data, then a GHL Mini Wi-Fi can do absolutely that. So Mini Wi-Fi set with a I have one downstairs, little mini controller with the 4-outlet power bar. Will totally do that. You can remote into it, but it's not going to keep data. The current version of the software isn't logging any data. It'll show you pH and temperature, but it won't log it. And then also, like I said, it's got that power bar, that 4-outlet power bar. So that would work. If you're going to do a heater, please also consider an Inkbird so you have that redundancy in heater control. I think that's super important. See, Rob's got a good experience with Apex. Kyle, Phil, Reefkeeper. I think he was a crew chief. He's old like me. Yeah, Tyler, I'm looking forward to jumping on with Lauren and talking. I like the idea of simplistic, right? I mean, Lauren's got it, right? She's got it figured out with Simple Aquariums. That's a good name. But looking forward to that. Yep. The mini Wi-Fi, totally. So M, talking about BRS. Thoughts on Aquarium Guardian controller. What's an Aquarium Guardian? Who's making that? Is that UK thing we can't get here yet? Hey M, BRS. Their last 2 episodes are absolutely nailing my thinking. I love it. This sustainable reefing, this whole not taking from the ocean, this whole aquaculture, this whole, fish breeding thing. I am all about that. I don't need to buy corals from the wild. I don't need to go get, right? I don't need that. What we need is people, collectors like Lynn, like I like to do, but I'm a little more on the cheaper side. Just grow this stuff out. I'm all about it. What those boys have been talking about lately, I am drinking that Kool-Aid. So I think the more that we can, because they're smart to be talking about it right now, because eventually we're not going to be able to get anything from the wild, right? Eventually, like, gas is going to be so expensive, you wish you had an electric car early. Or you wish you had moved to LEDs because T5 is not available anymore. Or metal halide, that kind of thing, right? Same thing for making this hobby sustainable. Work with, that's one of the things that bugs me. Like online retailers, the prices are just stupid. Work with your local people and talk with them. Stop buying from online retailers and have people like, and BRS is talking about this, setting up and growing, right? Just growing and sharing. And the more we share, the more we can share for less. And the more we can share the nice stuff with people who are capable of growing it, even if they don't know they can. Like, that's how I got back one of those pieces from Chevy. Chevy comes over to my house. He's like, hey, I want a Walt Disney, but I'm not going to pay for it because I'm scared I'll kill it. Because I was selling them for like $80 back then. That's before I started selling for $50. And he's like, I'm scared. I'm scared I'm going to sell it. One thing I learned from Moki a long time ago is Moki asked me to grow out his Space Invader because he was having a hard time with it. And that was his prized piece at that time. And I was like, no way, dude. I'm going to kill that thing. He's like, nope, I trust you. Do it. And I offered one more no. He offered one more, you will. So I did, and I took it, and it lived, and I was able to give him a piece back. And then, it's been doing just fine, that kind of thing. That's how I felt about Chevy. I kind of feel that's the vibe that Ryan's been talking about. So Chevy comes over, like I said, and I gave him a Walt Disney. I was like, dude, go grow this. You can do this. Just do it. I gave it to him. And he did. And then he got out of the hobby, and I got it back after I killed mine, which is amazing. It sucks that mine died, but it's awesome that I was able to get my legit Disney back. So that made me happy. Avionics. That's an old number. That's a way long time ago. What year did you go in, Phil? What's an aquarium guardian? Does this sound familiar? I don't think it does. Oh, it looks industrial. How much are they? For reals, $190. Tyler, you know those people? Do you have one? Let's start there. Oh, I like it. It's like a little baby industrial controller looking thing. Is it Reef Pie? All right, I'll look after this. I'll stop asking questions. More of a monitor than a controller, but reasonably priced. Yeah, $190 is a great price. I'll look and see what it does. If it can control, like, at some point, a 4-bar power bar, then I'm done. I'm in. I'm all in. 85 to 89. Yeah, I went in at 88. You're a couple years ahead of me. Gotcha. I graduated 86. Yeah. There's old people in this stream. How do you dose EcoBalance? Once a day. Mike the newbie. I do a very small amount. I dose whatever. It says to dose. It gives you a recommendation for EcoBalance. It tells you to dose this much once a week. I just split that up by 7. And I dose that very little bit every day. I've got the Apex Junior running. I love a Junior. I have a Junior downstairs in the basement. I wish all Apexes were that bulletproof. That Junior's been amazing. It's great. I can always access that one. The other Wi-Fi ones? No, never. They just break. I've looked into Refactory, Nick. They're not here yet. But yeah, you should. Maybe us reef keepers reserve reseeding the ocean once a day. I agree. That's what we should do. That's why I like what Ryan's been talking about. I really like that. I think he is now in a position to... Look, that guy is still a hobbyist. He's a wizard. He's smart. But he's still a hobbyist. And I like what he's saying. I mean, Randy's going to follow along, and that's what Randy does, right? But what Ryan was talking about, I totally agree. Sorry, scanning. I mean, $190 is... I mean, I can use whatever. That's 2 months worth of Patreon revenues. I'm happy to do that. That's what that money's for. Like, I'm not even getting that money yet. I don't know how to... I got to set that up. But whatever, it's still sitting over there. Sorry, scrolling. All right. Thanks, Tyler. That's cool. I appreciate you turning me on to this. Anything with the... I want to see it. I want to see what they got. I'll hit them up. I don't need free stuff. That's not what I'm looking for. If I'm going to get free stuff, and I already talked about this. I talked about this really early in the stream. I was offered a little over $2,000 worth of free stuff. But I didn't control... I would not have been able to control what message I shared publicly. And I'm not about that. If I'm going to get free stuff, like I have, then my message is... I am free to speak my mind. And that's what I have been lucky enough to have so far. So, that's cool. So, yeah. No, if they gave me this, I'd give it away. That's what I'd like to do. If people are going to give me stuff and I'll test it and then I get to do a giveaway. That's what I would like. Oh, shoot. Oh, Rob, I messed up. Speaking of that, wait, I can pull this up. Can I do this? Let me do this real quick. Y'all talk amongst yourself for a minute because I totally forgot to do something. There it is. There it is. All right, you see this? Everybody look at this and go, ooh, ooh. Nick, I won't go into that. I respect them, so I won't go into that. Lynn, who I think is, Lynn's still in here. Yeah, we are old farts. Lynn just got a couple Unos, so she bought that Duo Extreme from that dude, Potato. So she has the Duo Extreme that I had here. Actually, I need to send Potato back as Uno because he's going to be pissed. See, I messed up this. So I'm interested in Lynn taking a look at her Unos. That's a super different spectrum. Like its peak is, what did I say it was? What I shared today? The peak is like 426, something like that. It's really heavy violet. I mean, you could dial that back. And I would suggest you do, because then you could run the light a little cooler. But so this is a giveaway. Hey, Lynn, message me a number. Or no, hey, Rob, message me a number, and we'll wrap it up with this. unless you're wet hands, in which case, tell Lynn to do it. I'm looking. I suppose this is U.S. only, or is this U.S. and Canada? Let me know. 32 hours worth of printing. So Rob got really creative and made this cool Hannah alkalinity and PO4 and NO3 holder doohickey. Look, numbers are already coming in. Why don't you send me a number? Rob. I mean, I'll take it. Lynn, send me a number just in case. Oh, it's on Discord. Look, like I said, I have a Patreon. It's $1 a month. It gets you access to the Discord. Come hang out with us. Patreon.com/Telegram. You'll see it. Okay, wait. Let me get over to Discord. U.S. and Canada. So Rob will print this. He'll put your name on it. He'll do all that business. Man, that number came up earlier. Let me check. Let me make sure. NSB, it's all you, buddy. Number 19. The first 19 to come across, that was the freebie. So Rob, NSB, y'all get together and figure that business out. Rob, if you need me to take care of shipping, let me know. I'm happy to help. And that's a sweet little Hannah controller right there, don't you think? Don't be throwing it. Look at NSB's throwing out 28, 14, 66. The first one was fine. Only one number. People. Sheesh. Chris, you should always buy Hannah's anyway because they're cool. All right. However, we need to get you two together. Let me know. Reach out to me on IG. Show. Done. Congrats, NSB. What else we got to talk about? Anybody have questions? Any questions? Otherwise, I'm probably going to punch. Here, I'll show you this. You can look at this later. Oh, wait, what happened? That's weird. That's that. is that. That is that. And then transparency. I was just going to share the transparency so you can see what kind of stuff. This is once a month or once every other month, that kind of thing over on Patreon. I'll share what I'm doing with the money, what I've received for free, what I have paid for, that kind of thing, so you know what I have going on. You know, because I think we owe transparency. Is that cool? Wait. I'm missing chat. There it is. Roger. I was being polite and waiting for you to say go. Your guess was going to be 19.2, right, Phil? I need to do 2 Space Invaders giveaway. Is that cool? Lynn, you'll help me ship? If I cut a couple Space Invaders and grow them, you'll help me ship? Like, I'll pay for it, but you know what I'm saying? I have not tried. I have snorkeled in the Florida Keys, but I have not tried live mud. I don't know what I would get in that mud. I don't think I'd roll that way. Right? Because you get whatever's in that mud that's beneficial, and then you get everything else that's in that mud that may or may not be beneficial. That kind of thing. All right, cool. So I'm going to take a couple Space Invader frags. I will grow them out on plugs, and Lynn will help me ship, and we will do Space Invader giveaways, because I said I would do this a while ago, and I haven't done it, so now I'm going to do it. Cool? Oh, Lynn's got another giveaway. You don't want to do it today, do you? Today? What's up, Bert? How you been? Oh. So... how do we make sure we're eligible to enter for a giveaway? It's U.S. and Canada. Other than that, you're eligible. I mean, as long as you're that, you're eligible. I haven't sent anything over to Europe, so I don't know how that works. All right, we're doing it today. So hold on a second. Now I got to get a little creative. Let me get over here to the OBS. Let me open this. Phil, you're cracking me up. Phil kicks it off with 19. Only one number, please. Only one number. That's funny. Let's do. Gotta love these. Oh, it went away. Did Lynn approve it? Yep. Hold on. Please hold. You European people, you're probably pretty tired right now. Hang on 1 second. Let me add a window. I guess I can do a display. Oh, that's not the one I want. That one. Whew, that's a little bigger than it needs to be, huh? This way. Oh, this is great live TV, ain't it? A little bit of this. Little bit of this. All right. See this? Lynn will be giving away. Let me know if you need help with shipping. This here, Coral Amino, Aqua Forest. What is this? Micro something, Micro E, Vitality, 2 Vitalities, and an amino mix. Hold on. Sherry gave me a number. Now I got to scroll. Did you see it already? Fill through out of 6, 13, 1 to 40. No, 1 to 50. 1 to 50, and I don't see it yet. So whoever in the bunch is a Rain Man. Oh, how come you can't see? Oh, because I made the window go away. There you go. Sorry. Now I know the number. I don't see it yet. 1 to 50. 1 to 50, people. 1 to 50. Nope. 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 I'm going to fall asleep. All the Europeans are going to fall asleep waiting for this. Come on. Hurry up. It's not pi. It's not 50. Seriously, is it not in here? It's not in here, is it? I'm scrolling back through. Jesus. Somebody type 5 already. First 5 gets it. It's good to know we don't have any Rain Man peoples. There it is. Marcus. Marcus got it. Lynn. Marcus. Lynn. Y'all figure this out. All right. Marcus got it. Removed. Thanks, Lynn. That's cool of you. Let me know. All right. That's how it's going to work. That's what we're going to do. We don't make you tell your friends and family to subscribe. We don't make you tag your buddies. We don't do any of that business. We're just here to hang out and have some fun. Thank you to Rob. Thank you, Lynn. Who said it first? Chris said it first? Ah, crap. Well, whoever threw up the first 5 gets it. I didn't see it. Well, whoever got it first, got it first. All right, Joe. I think that's enough. That's been an hour and 15 minutes. Cool. What about the frags? I'm going to cut the frags. Let me cut the frags and get them growing first. And then we'll do the frags. We're not going to do the frags tonight. That's called a tease. What's up, Lavelle? Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. Take care, sir. Off to work, you Aussies go. So, have a good day, y'all. We didn't do Tyler's tomorrow time. Different Tyler. We'll have to do Tyler's tomorrow time another time. All right, I'm out. Be cool, y'all. I hope you're well. I always do. Remember to be kind to each other. Challenge the companies. Challenge the those persuaders out there, those influencers out there. Woo, there's been some bumpies lately. Happy reefing to be kind. Thanks. See y'all.